Hi, my name is Kristen Zoyce, and this is my trade book lesson plan. So I decided to do it on phases of the moon, and here is basically my description of it. Um, the first question is, was it hard to get the book? Extremely hard because I was not able to find any copy of the book in any of our local libraries and even the LA County Library. I was able to find a really good link to a video about someone reading the book. So that was really cool. And she went through the entire book from cover to cover. Um, really interesting. And I really did love the book because it really gave good details and pictures of what the different phases of the moon would look like. Um, the second part is the observations that I made about this lesson is that the lesson was able to connect to the students when drawing back to the original book by using their pictures that they drew throughout and going from reading the book to doing their own observations and then going back to the book to seeing if everything matched up to see what the book had said was really interesting and I really liked that. The next part was the lesson allowed them to express themselves. They were able to draw and illustrate what the moon looks like throughout the entire month. And the last one that I really liked is that they would all come together and discuss it with the students and what they were seeing each night. And then the next question is what I personally really liked about this lesson is that they would each come together and discuss what every student saw as well as with the teacher. This would give the students different outlooks and to see what other students are seeing on the various nights that they would be watching the moon. The fourth question is please list the one concern that I had about this. Um, the one concern I did have about this is the different type of learners. Just giving them one resource of the book didn't seem enough to me. So, as a teacher, I would probably give them videos, a lot of different resources that they would be able to look up, try to get their parents involved so their parents can show them different websites, anything to get the children more involved in the lesson would be a lot more beneficial for each and every student. Um, Number 5, please describe how each section of the lesson plan builds towards the student mastery. Okay, so for each part of it, engage is getting the students' interest in the lesson and getting them ready to start it. Explore is giving them the tools and the research that we as teachers have and letting them explore a little bit. Explain. Explain is the students will come back and they'll discuss with one another and see what they've learned so far and see if everything matches up. Elaborate. Elaborate is beginning to be able to write down what they've learned and seeing the different observations that everyone's done on the moon. Evaluate is basically checking their work. We would be going back to the actual phases of the moon book and we're going to see how that book matches up to how their pictures and their observations that they've been taking over this month and how they both look side by side. So, last one. On a scale of 1 to 10, please determine how likely you'd be wanting to use this lesson. I would put this at a 10 because I really enjoyed this, and this is actually one of the lessons that I clearly remember when I was a student, and I thoroughly enjoyed it as a student, and as a teacher, I'm going to thoroughly enjoy it too, teaching them and having them learn about space and the moon and why the moon has these different phases and why we can only see certain parts of the moon throughout the month and all that fun stuff. So the next thing I'm going to show you is the lesson plan. I wanted to take it a step further and put it into a lesson plan just so I can see the layout and how it's going to flow. So the grade level is K through 3. It's space science. Um, This is the PDF right here that you could use, that we would use throughout the entire month. They would also have journals, colored pencils, and pencils to jot throughout the entire month. These are the standards, the different strategies, and then this is just like the engagement, the exploration, and everything that goes into a lesson plan, and everything that we talked about in the trade book worksheet. So that is my trade book. Thank you.